Okay, let's talk about something that might be impacting your energy levels and how well you're feeling, especially if you're like me and watching out for your health as we enjoy our, shall we say, more seasoned years. Have you ever wondered if all those health supplements you're taking are really doing their job? Or maybe you're taking iron supplements and still feel like you're dragging your feet? It's a common frustration, isn't it? We're proactive, we take our vitamins, we try to eat well, but sometimes things just don't seem to click. Well, today we're diving into a sneaky little thing that could be unintentionally sabotaging your efforts, especially if you're an iron supplement taker and a tea lover, like so many of us are. Now, think about it. We've all been there, right? We start feeling a bit tired, maybe a little more run down than usual. So, we do the smart thing, we talk to our doctor, maybe get some blood work done, and discover we're a bit low on iron. Okay, no problem. We head to the pharmacy, pick up some iron supplements, and pat ourselves on the back for taking care of business. But then, weeks go by, and you're still not feeling that amazing energy boost you were hoping for. You might even start to wonder if these supplements are even working at all. And that's a valid question, because here's the thing. Even the best iron supplement in the world won't do you much good if your body isn't actually absorbing it properly. See, our bodies are wonderfully complex machines, but they're also a bit finicky. And when it comes to absorbing nutrients, timing and combinations really matter. We've all heard about taking certain vitamins with food or on an empty stomach, right? Well, it turns out there's a common, everyday drink that many of us enjoy, especially us tea drinkers, that can significantly interfere with how our bodies absorb iron from supplements. And that drink, my friends, is tea. Yes, that comforting cup of tea we often reach for, especially after a meal, or maybe with our vitamins, could actually be working against us when it comes to iron absorption. Now, I know what you might be thinking, tea? But tea is good for you, full of antioxidants and all that. And you're absolutely right. Tea does have wonderful health benefits. But it also contains compounds called tannins, and these tannins are the little culprits we need to be aware of. You see, tannins, while they're responsible for that lovely astringent taste in tea, they also have a knack for binding to iron in our digestive system. And when they bind to iron, they make it much harder for our bodies to absorb it and put it to good use. It's like the iron gets locked up and can't get where it needs to go. So, if you're taking iron supplements and you're also a regular tea drinker, especially if you tend to have your tea close to when you take your supplements, you might be unintentionally flushing a significant portion of that iron right down the drain, so to speak. You're essentially paying for supplements that aren't fully benefiting you, and you're not getting the energy boost and health improvement you're aiming for. It's frustrating, isn't it? It's like filling up your car with gas, only to have half of it leak out before you can even drive anywhere. But don't worry, it's not all bad news. The good news is that once you understand why this happens, it's actually quite easy to make a few simple adjustments to your routine to ensure you're getting the most out of your iron supplements and still enjoying your beloved cup of tea. And that's exactly what we're going to explore today. We're going to dive into the science behind why tea and iron don't always play nicely together, and more importantly, we're going to talk about practical, easy-to-implement strategies to make sure you're absorbing that precious iron and feeling your absolute best. Think of it as unlocking a little health secret that can make a real difference in your daily energy and well-being. Let's get to it. Understanding this simple interaction between tea and iron supplements can truly be a game changer for your health. Imagine consistently getting the full benefit from your iron supplements. That means potentially feeling more energetic, less fatigued, and just generally healthier. Think about it. Feeling less tired can boost your mood, make it easier to stay active, and even improve your focus. It's not just about avoiding wasted supplements. It's about investing in your overall well-being and vitality. I've been reading up on this from various nutrition experts and even some studies on nutrient absorption, and the message is clear. Maximizing iron absorption is key, especially as we get older when iron deficiency can become more common and have a bigger impact on our quality of life. It's about being proactive and making smart, informed choices about our health. It's like learning a little life hack that can have a surprisingly significant positive effect. Plus, knowing this information empowers you to really understand how your body works and how to optimize your supplement routine. That's a great feeling in itself, isn't it? Now, let's talk about those storytelling worst habits. But in our case, think of them as worst health habits. Things we absolutely want to avoid when it comes to tea and iron. And the biggest, absolute, hands down worst habit I discovered you must never do if you want to avoid wasting your iron supplement is this drinking tea immediately before, with, or right after taking your iron supplement. Seriously, this is the number one mistake. Why? Because, as we talked about, those tannins in the tea are like iron magnets, and they grab onto that iron right in your stomach and intestines, making it incredibly difficult for your body to absorb it properly. It's like building a beautiful sandcastle right at the shoreline. Just as the tide is coming in, all your effort gets washed away. You're essentially neutralizing the very purpose of taking the supplement in the first place. It's not just slightly reducing absorption, it can significantly block it. So, if you're in the habit of washing down your iron pill with a cup of tea, or having tea with your breakfast and taking your iron then too well, we need to gently break that habit. It's like knowingly pouring water into your phone. You just don't do it if you want it to work. Okay, so we know what not to do. Now, let's flip it and talk about the best storytelling practices. Or, in our case, best health practices, the things we should be doing to ensure we're getting the most out of our iron supplements and still enjoying our tea. And what I learned is to always focus on separating your tea consumption from your iron supplement intake for maximum impact, and to really amplify the effectiveness of your iron. The simplest and most effective practice is to wait at least 1 to 2 hours, ideally. Even longer, after taking your iron supplement before you have your cup of tea. Conversely, if you've just enjoyed a cup of tea, wait a good hour or two before taking your iron supplement. This gives your body time to absorb the iron before those tannins from the tea come along and potentially interfere. Think of it as giving the iron a head start. It's like letting the paint dry completely before you touch it, ensuring a much better outcome. Another fantastic synergistic element to consider is vitamin C. What I've read extensively is that vitamin C actually enhances iron absorption. So, if you're taking iron supplements, try to pair them with a source of vitamin C. This could be as simple as taking your supplement with a glass of orange juice, or eating some fruits or vegetables rich in vitamin C around the time you take your iron. It's like adding fertilizer to your garden to help your plants grow stronger. It boosts the whole process. So, while tea hinders iron absorption, vitamin C helps it. Understanding these opposing forces is key to optimizing your iron levels. By strategically timing your tea and incorporating vitamin C, you can create a much more effective iron supplementation routine. It's all about working with your body's natural processes, not against them.
Now let's get really practical and talk about how you can actually apply this knowledge in your everyday life. Here are a few actionable tips I've discovered that can make a real difference. Become a label detective. Take a look at your iron supplement bottle. See what kind of iron it is. And if there are any specific instructions about taking it with or without food, well, it might not mention tea. Specifically, understanding the general guidelines is a good starting point. Tea timing tracker start paying attention to. When you're drinking tea in relation to when you take your iron supplement, keep a mental note or even jot it down for a few days. You might be surprised to see how often your tea and iron supplement intake overlap. Experiment with spacing. Try consciously separating your tea and iron supplement intake by at least an hour or two. See if you notice any difference in how you feel over a few weeks. It's a simple experiment, but it can be very telling. Hydration habits. Instead of reaching for tea to take your supplement, try water or a small glass of orange juice instead. Water is always a good choice, and as we discussed, orange juice can even give you a little vitamin C boost. Listen to your body. Pay attention to how you feel. Are you still feeling fatigued even though you're taking iron supplements? Experimenting with these timing adjustments might be the key to unlocking that extra energy you're looking for. When in doubt, ask. If you're unsure about the best way to take your iron supplements, or if you have any underlying health conditions, don't hesitate to talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian. They can provide personalized advice tailored to your specific needs. Finally, before we wrap up, there are a few important things to keep in mind as precautions. Crucial lessons I've learned and want to strongly advise you about. Everyone is different. Iron absorption can vary from person to person. What works perfectly for one person might need a little tweaking for another. These are general guidelines, not rigid rules. Tea types matter slightly different. Types of tea have slightly different levels of tannins. Black tea and some stronger teas tend to have more tannins than, say, green tea or herbal teas. However, the principle of separation still applies to all types of tea. This is about optimization, not deprivation. We're not saying you have to give up tea completely. Tea is wonderful and has its own health benefits. It's about being mindful of the timing to optimize your iron absorption. Enjoy your tea, just be strategic about when you enjoy it. Medical advice trumps. All this video is for informational purposes and shouldn't replace advice from your doctor or healthcare professional. If you have concerns about iron deficiency or your supplements, always consult with them. Don't obsess. The goal is to be more mindful, not to become overly stressed about timing every single cup of tea. Aim for general separation and consistency, and don't let it become another source of anxiety. So there you have it, the sneaky secret of tea and iron supplements revealed. I really hope this information helps. You feel more empowered to take control of your health and energy levels. If you found this video helpful, please do give it a thumbs up. It really helps other folks like us find this kind of information. And if you're interested in more health tips and insights tailored for us seasoned viewers, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Also, share this video with anyone you think could benefit from knowing this, maybe a friend who's always complaining about being tired, or a family member who takes iron supplements. And now, for a bit of engagement, I'm really curious to know before watching this video, were you aware of the potential interaction between tea and iron supplements? Let me know in the comments below. And if you have any tips or strategies of your own for maximizing iron absorption, please share those too. Let's learn from each other and build a helpful community here. Thanks so much for watching, and here's to feeling more energetic and vibrant in our wonderful years ahead.